Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba and one of the most recognized entrepreneurs in the world, didn't come from wealth, privilege, or a powerful network. What he did possess, however, was relentless perseverance and an unwavering belief in the power of persistence. If there's one rule for success inspired by Jack Ma, it's this: never give up, learn from failure, and keep going. This principle isn't just a motivational catchphrase for him, it's a lived experience. A rule etched deeply into his personal and professional journey. Born in Hangzhou, China. During a time of economic difficulty, Jack Ma didn't have access to the luxuries many entrepreneurs now take for granted. He failed his entrance exams for college not once, but twice, before finally passing on a third attempt. He was not academically gifted by traditional standards. He even said that math was one of his weakest subjects, but he never allowed failure to define him. Instead, he used failure as a stepping stone. When most people are told no repeatedly, they begin to believe that aren't good enough. Jack Ma saw those rejections as redirections. He famously applied for 30 different jobs after college and was rejected from every single one. Even when KFC came to China and hired 23 out of 24 applicants, he was the only one who didn't make the cut. Most people would have given up after so much rejection, but Jack Ma didn't. He always looked at failure as an opportunity to learn something new. He believed that mistakes and failures are part of the journey. They're not the end of the road, but rather lessons that guide you toward a better path. When you keep going despite failure, you become mentally stronger and emotionally resilient. Jack Ma often says that the biggest failure is giving up. Everything else is just experience. When he first had the idea of Alibaba, even his friends thought he was crazy. They said e-commerce would never work in China. There was no internet infrastructure, hardly any online payment systems, and very few people using computers. But Jack Ma had a vision. He saw the future before others did. He didn't have any tech background. In fact, he didn't even know how to code. Yet he gathered a group of people, shared his dream, and convinced them to work with him. In a small apartment with very limited resources, Alibaba was born. It wasn't smooth sailing. The company faced repeated challenges, including running out of money, intense competition from global giants, and skepticism from investors. But the one rule that kept the team going was simple: never give up. Jack Ma always emphasized long-term vision over short-term gain. He believed that real success takes time. Many people are looking for shortcuts. They want fast results, instant fame, or quick profits. But Jack Ma's journey proves that true success is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes years of hard work, learning from failure, adjusting your direction, and refusing to quit when things get hard. Every time Alibaba faced a crisis, Ma reminded his team of the mission to make it easier for small businesses to do business anywhere in the world. That clarity of purpose helped them stay focused, even when everything seemed to be falling apart. Another important aspect of Jack Ma's belief in persistence is his positive attitude. He doesn't dwell on problems. He searches for solutions. He often said, "Today is hard. Tomorrow will be worse, but the day after tomorrow will be sunshine." Most people give up before the sunshine arrives. They lose hope because they focus too much on the pain of today and forget that struggle is temporary. Jack Ma teaches us that it's during the hardest moments that we need to hold on the tightest. Success comes to those who endure. Throughout his career, Jack Ma turned disadvantages into advantages. His lack of technical knowledge forced him to rely on talented people. He focused on building a team with complementary strengths, believing that teamwork and leadership were more important than personal skill. He didn't pretend to know everything. Instead, he surrounded himself with people who could fill the gaps in his knowledge. This humility allowed him to lead effectively and gain the respect of his team. What makes Jack Ma's story so inspiring is that he's not a genius in the traditional sense. He's not someone who had everything figured out from the beginning. He simply refused to let failure stop him. He believed that persistence beats talent when talent doesn't persist. His success wasn't the result of luck or perfect timing. It was the result of grit, patience, and faith in his vision. Even when the world said no, he kept saying yes to his dream. Jack Ma also stresses the importance of learning constantly. He never stopped growing. He read, he listened, he observed. He wasn't afraid to admit mistakes and change direction. This willingness to adapt, to learn from both success and failure, helped him stay ahead in a fast-moving world. When e-commerce began evolving, Jack Ma didn't cling to the old ways. He embraced innovation, pushing Alibaba into cloud computing, digital payments, and global logistics. All this was possible because he never saw failure as an endpoint, but as part of the process. To follow Jack Ma's rule for success means committing yourself fully, even when the odds are stacked against you. It means trusting that your journey matters, even if no one else sees it yet. You might fail once, twice, or even 30 times like Jack Ma did, but those failures aren't wasted. They shape you, refine your character, and build your resilience. In a world that often celebrates overnight success, Jack Ma reminds us that the most powerful growth happens quietly, over time. In the face of repeated setbacks, success, according to Jack Ma, is less about how smart or talented you are, and more about how determined you are to keep going. If you want to succeed, you must be willing to face rejection, laugh at your mistakes, and continue forward when most people would stop. You must learn to stand back up every time life knocks you down. This mindset will carry you further than any skill or degree ever could. In the end, Jack Ma's life teaches us that perseverance is more valuable than perfection, that progress is better than pride, and that success doesn't come to those who never fall. It comes to those who fall 10 times and rise 11. If you hold on to just one rule from his journey, let it be this: never give up, learn from failure, and keep going. Your future self will thank you for it.